Hey guys, it's Adam Veli here from DFS, Head of Strength and Conditioning. Today I'm going to answer your top 3 questions that you asked during the week. Now, the very first question that was asked, which was quite a common one, which was how can I keep my endurance up during lockdown periods? Well, it's quite a simple one for me here. I think it's really important to know what you would have been doing if you weren't in lockdown. So it's most likely going to look like two training sessions a week for football and then a game on the weekend. And I would encourage you to stick to that structure. So let's say your training sessions were on a Tuesday and Thursday during the week, then I would stick to that in terms of your running. And then on the weekend, whether it be a Sunday, for example, I would stick to making your biggest session on that Sunday. So let's go for a little bit about what the content might look like. For example, on your Tuesday, I would strongly suggest that you have what we call a lighter week or a lighter session because you're coming off a game on Sunday. So that might look like a basic 10-minute warm-up. You can go through some basic intervals of three by 1 minute efforts with 1 minute rest in between, and you can repeat that. I would strongly also encourage you to keep up your football skills during that session, whether it be some quick hand touches, some light skills, some kicking. And what that does is load up the muscles, tendons, and all the structures within your muscle tissue so that it doesn't go into what we call a detraining effect, so that when you return back to football, you're not going to be playing catch up and it's going to not result in injury. So that's really, really important. On your Thursday session, that would be your medium-sized session. That's your main session for the week, training session for the week, that is. And I would stick to more shorter, sharper intervals. So you might stick to something like one set might look like 10 by 15 seconds running with 15 seconds walking, and you can repeat that. Or you can do 5 30-second running, 5 30-second walking, and repeat that. And what that really does is allow you to run at a higher intensity. And then for your game, I would do a bit of a mixture of longer intervals and shorter intervals and a little bit of a continuous run at the end. And what I mean by that is, say, 15 or 20-minute slow, continuous, steady state jog. And that's really to build the volume up in the week. The second question for the week was, how can I improve my strength? That's a really good question because I think it's something that all junior footballers should be engaging in, even at the age of 9+. You can be doing that safely. So if you're not used to any strength training, I would suggest starting out with some light to lower body weights like weight exercises like squats and bridges and basic split squat or stationary lunging. And what that will do is build the strength and resilience in your lower body through your hips, your hamstrings, your quads, your glutes. What that really does is one, keep you resilient from injury, but two, it's going to improve your football performance. And I would try to aim to do 2 sessions per week and pick at least 4 to 5 different exercises, upper and lower body. And I would progress that over a period of time. So your first week might look like 3 sets of 8 for each exercise. Next week might look like 3 sets of 10 and so on. And that's the principle of adaptation and how your body responds to a training stimuli. It just allows you to improve. And the final question we have is, what's the best way for me to keep motivated to train? And I'm assuming this is for a lockdown period. It's a really good question because a lot of the experience that I'm getting and feedback I get from parents and kids during this period is, I'm really unmotivated. I was really used to some structure and I can't figure out what to do. And I think that paints a really nice picture and guides me into what is really important for you to do. And the best way to keep motivated is map out your training week in terms of a calendar. So what are you doing on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? You might say Monday I'm doing strength, Tuesday I'm doing running, Wednesday I'm doing strength, Thursday I'm doing some running, Friday might be a rest day, and then Saturday might be a larger session on the weekend, and then Sunday's a rest day. So at least you have that structure in place. That's really, really important. And then not just allowing you to label those sessions, but actually filling out the content of those sessions is going to help keep you motivated and accountable for your training. So within your strength, make sure you list your strength exercises for the day, whether that's going to be squats or push-ups or lunges or bridges, whatever that is, make sure you put that in. And same with your running. Make sure you have a clear outline of what you're going to do for that week so that when you get to that day, you're not umming and ahhing of what you need to do. You have a very clear outline of what is required, and that just allows you to keep accountable and stay motivated. So that's my number one tip. And I would also try to find a training buddy if you can. Now, I know that right now we can only be within 5 kilometres of your home, but if you meet up with someone out in the park and you keep the social distancing and you maintain all of the restrictions that we need to, I think training with somebody, whether it be a parent or a sibling as well, that really helps to increase the motivation and increases the quality of the session. So that's my number one tip for keeping motivated to train. All right, guys, that's all I've got time for today. That's answered your top 3 questions for the week. Well done, guys, and I'll see you very soon.